just get our defensive culture back. We weren't trying to run the score up on this team. We were just trying to do the things that we think is best for this team in order for us to develop the type of mentality, the effort, the ability to cover each other's back. And I thought we showed that we're making progress. We're a long ways away. Yeah. Thank goodness we have almost a couple more weeks in order to keep working on it. But I think you see that we're fairly athletic. The most important thing is I think we have guys that are playing with a tremendous amount of energy. I thought we shared the ball. I thought that almost to a fault. I thought we were making an attempt to move the ball on the offensive end. But we're going to be as good as our defense will allow us to. We have to get back to that junkyard dog defense mentality that we've had for a number of years. And, we gotta bring it back, and I think we're moving in the right direction. We're not there yet, but I think you'll see us working hard to try to accomplish that.
Talk about your play of your freshman Isaac getting, 17 points, and what did you see out of him tonight?
What I saw was effort. I mean, we have every night. This team's gonna have to win by committee. I mean, he had a night tonight. He's a talented player, but if we move the ball and make the extra pass, we'll create those kind of opportunities for each other, and every night it'll be somebody different. But he was able to get some easy baskets and be able to create some offense for himself because we got the stops on the defensive end that gave us more opportunities. And let's don't get it twisted. I mean, he's a talented kid, but we got easy buckets because we got stops, we got out in transition, and he was able to take advantage of his God-given talent. But the thing about Jonathan, he's very humble. He's a youngster who this feels that he's a good teammate, and he's not a guy who forces the ball. He tries to make the good decisions. Has a high IQ, and that's the spirit that this team is developing. Guys who play to each other. I think that's what happened tonight. He didn't force any shots at all. He allowed the game to come to him, but his effort was good offensively, but exceptionally on the defensive end.
Coach, every time you guys got a rebound, you were looking for an outlet, looking to push it, and then if it wasn't there in transition, you guys got into the offense.
Well, you guys have been asking me who's playing the 4, who's playing the 3, who's playing the 1. I think the only position we really are dominated by is the post guy. We have a center on the floor, and everyone else. We're trying to create a system where we become more difficult to defend because we have multiple handlers, multiple guys who are pushing. Anybody who gets the rebound has the ability to push the ball out the court to create early offense, with the exception of about 5. And I think you see that Jaquez turned his ankle in practice today and wasn't able to play. But I think you see the rebounding effort of Chris Scrimmage and Ojo. Ojo's almost like a different person with his effort and his stamina. He's worked hard to improve his stamina. I mean, we had several 6:30 workouts with our team in the sand pits, and Ojo came back 2 extra days and worked on his conditioning himself. So he's determined that he's going to have a good year. I think his effort tonight reflects of that.
Terrence X and Bacon had 20 assists total. Just how unselfish are those guys and excited to play with everybody else too?
Well, there's no question that the theme of what we're trying to accomplish this year is we want to play with a tremendous amount of energy. We have to be consistent with our defensive effort and focus, and we need to move the ball and play unselfish. Those are the things we're working on. That's the thing we've been preaching now for going on 7, 8, 9 months, and I think our guys are buying in.
How do you balance running the tempo you want to run while limiting turnovers?
Well, it's not easy. I think that we did have some unforced turnovers tonight, but I thought all the turnovers we made were what you call good turnovers, trying to get the ball to people. Sometimes we have a tendency that some of our young guys are not accustomed to playing with guys who are as athletic as we are. So what happens, they're throwing the ball between the shoulders and the waist, and we got to be throwing the ball up. Sometimes that's problematic because you're throwing the ball in an area where everyone's playing. So they are trying to learn to throw the ball up where we have space for our big guys to go get them. And we've made some bounce passes and went through leg. We've made some high level passes that were ill-advised. So I think we'll work our way out of it.
Were you pleased with the pace tonight, or do you think the team can go even faster?
Well, I was a little disappointed when they went zone. We started walking the ball down the court, and I think that when people go zone, it's because they don't want to guard you man to man. We got to continue to keep pushing the ball, and once again, in order for us to be effective, the quality of our depth has to take its toll on people, because it doesn't seem to be right now that much difference in the talent level of a lot of guys. I think there's an experience issue with this team. We have some older, more mature players, but the bulk of our team are first and second year players. And so we still got a lot of learning to do. But we think the pace that we're trying to get through fits this team well. And hopefully we'll get better at it and have less turnovers.
The defense held them 28%. Like, what do you think of that?
Well, this is got to keep it in perspective. The NAI team, we were much bigger, stronger, and more athletic. I was more concerned with our ability to stay consistent with our fundamentals, closing out with high hands, shrinking the gap, contesting shots, blocking out, not giving up one shot, not giving up the penetration. We faltered some, but I thought our effort was good. But the things that we're asking them to do, in order to accomplish them, you got to be focused the whole time. It doesn't have anything to do with how quick and how fast you are. You have to raise your hands, jump to the ball, mirror the ball, shrinking gaps, contesting shots. Those are things that require concentration and focus in order for us to be successful. If we're consistent with our defensive fundamentals, when we grade ourselves out, if we're 70% close to being accurate on all our defensive fundamentals, we normally are hard to beat.
Jarquez didn't play tonight. Like
he turned his ankle.
A little bit with an ankle.
Yeah, he turned his ankle today in shoot around.
Expecting him back soon then?
Yeah, he should be back. I don't think it's anything serious.
You got a lot of production from Ojo. Were you expecting that?
Well, Ojo has a new attitude.
Yeah.
He's graduating from school. He's in graduate school. He wants this to be his last year to be a great year, and he's leading by example.
Used a really deep bench tonight. Is that attributed to the high tempo, or is
Excuse me?
Used a really deep bench. Is that because of the high tempo, resting players equally, or is that?
Well, we use a deep bench because I think that we have guys that are capable of going in and contributing. That's who we are, and we have guys that maybe are not nationally well known, or guys that maybe are not creating the buzz on a national basis, but they fit who we are, and they're giving us what we feel like we need in order for us to be successful. So we're going to keep grinding, keep working, allow ourselves to stay humble. We like this team. We think we have potential to develop. We just got to keep working at it.